Squinting really does help you see better, but why would letting less light in improve your vision? I'll break down the 4 key reasons why this is the case. Reason number 1, the pinhole effect. Squinting reduces the opening in which light is entering your eye. And I know that's super obvious, but light can be coming into your eye from all kinds of different directions. Some, if you're trying to focus on something, will be reflecting directly off of the object you're trying to see, while others are just scattering randomly all over the place. Shrinking your eye's aperture clips the edges, which contains more of that randomly scattering light, while the center of what you're looking on contains a higher concentration of light reflecting directly off of the thing you're focusing on, as that's in the center of your vision. And this improves the sharpness of the image your eyes pick up. As a bonus, the very center of your retina, which is the light-sensitive layer at the very back of your eyes, is extra highly packed with light-sensitive cells. So your resolution is just the best at the very center of what you're looking at regardless. That spot on your retina is called your fovea. Reason number 2 for squinting is reducing spherical aberrations. This one will seem a bit similar to reason number 1, but it's noticeably different. There is an unavoidable error built into any lens that uses a curved spherical surface for focusing light, including your eyes. That error is called spherical aberration. As light rays are bent by different parts of the lens, light rays closer to the edges are bent more sharply, so they focus sooner as opposed to light rays closer to the center of the lens, which bend a little bit more gradually and come to a point of focus later. That spread between those different focus positions makes your vision blurry. And like the pinhole effect, closing down the lens that you're using, so reducing how much of the edges of the lens you're using, blocks some of those outer rays. So you no longer have those edge rays focusing sooner than they should, so what you're left with is a much tighter area of focus and your vision becomes more sharp. Photographers actually do similar types of trade-offs when they close down the aperture of their camera lens, balancing different parameters like how bright the image is, spherical aberration, and what we cover in reason number 3, which is increasing your depth of field. The depth of field of a photographer's lens or your eyes is the range of distances over which objects will be in focus without the lens or your eyes refocusing themselves. Our eyes naturally refocus, changing the shape of the lens in your eye to shift your focus from things up close to you to things further away. But having a broader depth of field lets you see more of something in focus at once without having to scan your eyes across it. Like we've seen with some other properties so far, depth of field is inversely proportional to aperture size. This diagram helps make this a little bit more clear. Here you can see 2 versions of the same lens. One of them has a big open aperture and the other has a much smaller closed one. So both of these lenses focus light to the same point, but because the lens with the wider aperture is bending light from a wider set of angles, the depth of field is different. So the depth of field is the area over which a certain resolution is achieved. So here we're using the same size of these little gray areas because as those sizes are the same, we can see the same amount of resolution. You can notice that for the smaller aperture, there's a much wider depth of field over which you can see the same amount of resolution. And finally, reason number 4 why squinting is actually helpful, stabilizing your eye shape. Squinting slightly changes the shape of the eye and the position of your eyelids, which might help in aligning the eye's optical system more accurately, providing a minor correction for refractive vision errors like nearsightedness or astigmatism. But if you find yourself squinting a lot of the time, definitely talk to your eye doctor about updating your glasses or contact prescription so that you don't have that much eye strain. If there's another eye-related topic you'd like me to talk about, please leave a comment, and also please subscribe if you found this interesting. Thanks.